Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and my fellow traders and investors. Welcome to another stream. As we always discuss once in every week regarding the existing market analysis we do, and we share some market insights, and we try based on that we try to analyze the market and we try to analyze what would be the trading ideas that we can make out of it and capitalize our trading. So, good evening, all of you, once again. My name is Akash, and I'll be your financial analyst for today's stream. As you know, once in every week, we talk about the financial market, the best thing about the financial market, what is exactly right now happening. We discussed the previous trading ideas. We try to implement these trading ideas, and in the future, we try to predict what would be the market analysis and how the market gonna be reacting on the different terms. So today's stream, we will be talking about those in very detailed manner. I have lots of things to share with you because specifically in the last week, there were a lot of things which were happening in the financial market where we could have built a good profitable percentage ratios for us. Not only on fixed time trading, but on also on Forex. But let me know in the comment section, guys, if you have any questions that you may wish to ask me. You have a complete comment session dedicated on that. If you need any assistance, may it be regarding the market trading ideas, any question particularly, if we are also on the verge of getting the feedbacks from your end, let me know how is your trading going on fixed time trading and Forex. At the same time, I will be sharing my analysis for this week. And yeah, one of the best thing that we will be going ahead is the future analysis that will be happening on this Friday. Non-farm payroll, you probably have heard about it a lot of times. I have very exciting news to share with us, so stay tuned with me. Again, if you have any questions, your feedbacks are highly welcome. We as a team are always inclined on getting your feedbacks because as a team, we always want to give you the best trading advices and the chances where you will be able to capitalize your trading on the various ideas. I think we have the very first comment here. Mr. Rehan ji says, "Hi sir, how are you? I'm doing great, Mr. Rehan. Thank you very much for joining today's stream and thank you for commenting in the comment section." मिस्टर रेहान जी सर मैं आपकी हर वीडियो देखता हूँ बट ट्रेडिंग समझ में नहीं आ रही है मैं क्या करूँ रेहान जी it's very unfortunate that you are not able to understand trading. Let me know in the comment section, do you have any former experience in trading, because you told me that you have been watching the videos, but is it something that you majorly focuses on the fixed time trading or forex trading? This will give me a brief idea. And you can also let me know in the comment section, how do you trade? Like, is it specifically on shorter duration, maybe 1 to 5 minutes duration? Where do you trade more? Is it 5 seconds, 1 minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes? And let me know also in the comment section, how do you watch the candle? I mean, like, because I majorly do the technical analysis and fundamental analysis altogether, and based on that, we try to create a profitable trading situations for us. So let me know about that as well. Forgive me, the question seems to be a little short, but you can basically expand it and give me some answers. Based on that, we will see what sort of trading changes we need to do in your trading pattern. Guys, and my fellow traders, last week was full of all the opportunities, specifically on this Monday, because usually when what we do analyze on Friday and Saturday. Sundays are the non-working days. What really happens during Saturday and Sunday, if the major economic news event hits the market, it basically create a little chaos in the market, and because of which there is a gap up and gap down market basically happens at that moment. So it exactly happened this time as well. I will be sharing these insights with you. We will break this session into two half. In the very first half, we will be talking about the financial markets, what recently happened in the last week, and this week we will be talking about what could be the potential entry point for us, where we can basically stick our eyes on and ride the bullish run if we may, if it is possible. Welcome to the stream once again. Mr. Rehanji replied, sir, short duration. Rehanji, shorter duration. If you can tell me, is it like 5 seconds, 10, 15 seconds, 30 seconds, or a minute duration? Because short term duration are considered a little risky. Do you use any strategy? Olymptrade officially, if you are an advanced or expert status client, maybe you are a starter status client. We provide exclusive features of the strategies option. You can see in the strategy section, there are multiple strategies available. Now, based on these strategies, we create an output, and based on that, we try to understand what could be the potential entry point for us. Always remember that as a beginner trader, if you do not have any experience in trading, the first thing I myself have gone through the rigorous training. It's been close to, I think, 6 years that I'm working here with Olymptrade as a financial analyst. And my objective always has been to guide the client to the best possible extent. Again, in terms of profitability, we can have this conversation in more effective manner. Mr. Rehan ji said 5 seconds. Sir, 5 seconds durations are very risky, Mr. Rehan. Although our team has created one amazing strategy in the strategy section, and it is basically available to all the traders. You can see there is a smart RSI option. You can click on RSI. Since we have selected Forex asset, let me just quickly jump to fixed time trading and show you how it works. And then you can test this trading strategy if you may like it. You go to, we'll select any fixed time trading asset. We select smart RSI. We go to enable strategy option. And here you will see a smart RSI signals has been generated. Every time if you will see the asset basically crosses, if this particular line, if you'll see, this is a relative strength index, which is selected for the period, five period, we call it as. If we will try to maximize our chances of profitability when we see when the RSI is re-entering, whether it would be crossing 50%, 70% line from top to bottom, or 30% line from bottom to top, it will give us a trading idea, and based on that we can trade. However, I would highly recommend you in the beginning state, go ahead with a little higher time duration. 5 seconds would be a very riskier for a beginner trader. If you'll see, there is a signal generated, but there is a fluctuation in the market in the hugest sentiments. I usually don't trade on the shorter duration. Okay, so we probably have lost the signal. Let me just take one of the trade. I think it basically was giving us an upward direction signal, but we basically if we could have given like around 15 seconds, that trade could have been profitable. But yeah, this is how the strategy works. You wait for a green candle to happen, then the re-entry to be there, and then trade. We have another comments. Mr. Gaming just said, "Hey, real money deposit, not add real account." Is it something your question, Mr. Gaming? I'm very sorry. As far as I understood, I think you are trying to mean that you made a deposit and the deposit is still not been credited. If not, again, go to this help option on the deposit page on the support channel. Chat with our support team. They will be able to handle your query effectively. Well, do not worry. Your all funds are completely safe, and we'll make sure your deposit reach to your trading account. Okay, let's begin our conversation. So last week was full of complete chaos in the market. Starting, if we talk about from Wednesday, Thursday, these were the 2 days. There were a lot of news event happened, and I will be giving you a brief introduction about this. So one of the best thing that you can see, we'll start having conversations with the Bitcoin, and then we will move on with the different assets here. Let's start with the Bitcoin. If you selected the graph for 30 minutes duration, let me remove RSI from here. Okay, now watch this. When we select the graph for a day, last time Bitcoin was creating a support level of close to lakh rupees, 1 lakh rupees per BTC. Then it tried multiple levels and then it broke this particular level. Now the market is started following up. So it broke the level of 1 lakh 8,000 and then it rose humongously to the one of the highest sentiments that it ever has achieved in its life, which is 11 lakh, close to 1 lakh 11,000 dollars per Bitcoin. This is one of the craziest moment which recently has happened. But then there is always a correction whenever asset reaches to the highest value. Then it create a baseline support value. So when it reached the highest value, then there was some sort of corrections happen. Then 1 lakh 8,000, close to 1 lakh 7, 1 lakh $8,000 was the BTC support level. Then it has broken once again. And again, remember this 1 lakh will be an excellent level for Bitcoin buying. Now, if you are a new in traders or new in trading specifically with regards to Forex, you select the moderate multiplier fly. You can select the moderate multiplier of 10 or 20. Even I can show you how to execute a trade on this. So let's just suppose we created a pending order here. So very good level of support is around 1 lakh 1,364. What we will do, we'll just add like around $1,000 more in it. So 1 lakh, yeah. Let's note down this price. It is around 1 lakh 1,926. So 1 lakh 1936 is something that we will be creating a pending order and we'll select a buying position. This would be, if you'll see, a small order has been created. This is just a visual demonstration that I'm showing it to you. As soon as it reaches this level, our stop loss will be below this particular line. So this will make our trade will not close under the extreme selling pressure. And once the market started rising, 1 lakh level will act as a very good level of support from which we can basically expect the market to rise and we will be able to make a good amount of profit. That's not only it. Second thing, have you heard about Bitcoin, Brent, guys? Brent is one of the beautiful asset in the recent time. I was looking through an article, a different articles. There are a lot of fluctuations which were happening in the price of Brent. If you know what is Brent, Brent is crude oil basically from which like petrol, diesel and kerosene. So because let's take an example for India. India doesn't really own a big oil firms in here. We do not have excessive amount of naturally occurring oil available in here. So what we do, we basically buy it from the different country at one particular price. And the number that you can see it here, this is the exactly price of existing market, $65 per barrel. Now, this is an excellent price on which you can see, if you select the graph for a day, you will see that one of the lowest level the Brent was able to reach was close to 58 and $59 per barrel, but this never has been achieved in last 4 years. So this is 4 year bottom price which it was able to reach. Now since this is the one of the lowest price, so there was a highest probability for the Brent prices to rise. So there is couple of things which happened on the last Friday. First thing, US and China used to talk about the trade deficit or the tariff war which has been going on between the US and China conflict. There was also a rule which was placed by US trade jury where they basically halted all the decisions Donald Trump has made on last Friday. And because of that factor, the value of Brent suddenly dropped down because one of the largest consumers of Brent we can consider as uh, China. And this escalation was there. So, first of all, it went down. Then, on the positive note, the market started rising. So, recently, this the news which was taken, the decision which was taken by US trade jury, which was overturned by federal jury. And then today, if you look into the statement made by Donald Trump's and Chinese government, Mr. Xi will be having a conversation with Mr. Trump. So they basically are accusing, Mr. Trump is accusing that they have violated some sort of policies of the US trade fair. And they are implying that they will be increasing 50% tariff once again on China from 25 to 50%. That's the only reason because of which the value of Brent has been increasing. Now, one of the best ways to make money in the forex market is to get yourself updated with the major economics news event. Uh, okay, Mr. Rehan ji said, sir, क्या कैंडलस्टिक पर वीडियो बना सकते हैं आप ताकि सही से समझ सके? Sir, one of the best team effort our product team has made that they have created existing videos. All you have to do is to click on this help option, go to education session here, type out candlestick formation. Everything has been explained from the visual context. So let me write it down for you. Candlestick. Here, the Japanese candlestick formation. Every formation has been given in here. May it be, bearish engulfing, bullish engulfing patterns are there, right? Head and shoulder patterns are there. So different formations, everything has been explained in the candlestick formation. You have to know how the candle formation works, and based on that, we can basically make profit in the market. But as a beginner trader, you can find all the articles in the education session, which our team are rigorously working and updating every time possible. Mr. Gaming ji said, wake up, guys, do not deposit, cancel. I'm really unfortunate for the deposit stuck, but let me give you and honest feedback. Since I'm working here for close to 6 years, there is not a single time that the client deposit were not been reflected. All the time the client's deposit are been credited into the client's trading account. Yeah, there are sometimes usually what happens, the UPI is unstable. Sometimes one of the payment unstable, so it takes a little more than the expected time. But our support teams are working effectively well to resolve your queries. If you have any questions, may it be deposit or withdrawals, you can reach out to the support team. They will be more than happy to assist you. Mr. Gaming G, if you still have some questions, write down your trader ID in the comment section. I'll make sure the support team reach out to you and resolve your query. So one of the best thing that which will let's talk about the financial market once again, Brent, right? So this is exactly the point on which why I'm holding my position on Brent, and my profit on the Brent basically moved to close to 94% from Friday till Monday. The market rose tremendously well. It again hit back to close to $62 per barrel. Again, exciting level to hold your position on. And we were able to make profit on this particular asset. Not only this asset, but Olymptrade also has launched another asset, which we call it as WTI crude oil. It do have same correlation with each other. If you'll see, WTI and crude oil, Brent, these both assets have positive correlation. That means these two assets graph will be exactly similar to each other. Let me show you the graph. Here we can see there is a sudden dip in the market and a U-shaped curve. And in the WTI crude oil, you can also see similar pattern and a U-shaped curve. That means these both assets have a positive correlation of 1. That means they operate exactly similar to each other. So we are still holding a profit on Brent, which worked in our favor. Second thing is on the Brent. WTI crude oil also given us a good amount of profit. We took the trade here with the multiplier of 20. Imagine if you could have opened up the trade with 50 as a multiplier, our profitability would have been grown to close to 254%. Now, because of the escalation between the US and China, one of the biggest impacts that we have seen was on the local stock index, which we may call it as Nasdaq, S&P 500, and Dow Jones. There is a huge corrections which has been happening because of the same factor. We still have seen these assets have been decreasing by considerably 1 to 1.5%. Nasdaq, S&P 500. Let's talk about it, and Dow Jones. Everything is correcting right now. Here, not only this, I was gathering this data. Now, there is a very good correlation between the interest rate and these factors because a lot of investors from US are pulling their money from the US stock exchange. This is a speculation which was made by Yahoo Finance news article that if there is one big bill that Donald Trump will be launching, we call it as big and beautiful bill, which we basically name it as. Here they will be cutting the taxes for the people who are on the creamy side, like those are having bigger companies and billions of dollars revenue that they are having. So they will be cutting that the taxes more. This is basically making investors to fear from that, and that is the only reason we are seeing the biggest change in the US stock market. And since a lot of foreign investors are pulling money from the US markets, the only thing which will be left for the US economy is to increase the interest rate. Now, there is an interesting concept about interest rate. Now, whenever the value of interest rates are taken into the consideration, it impact the value of gold to amazingly. That's the only reason we are holding a positive entry on gold. Now, remember this, guys. Whenever the value, there is a one particular support level that it was creating. So here we will see 1, 2, 3, 4. So this was the level of resistance gold was having. Now the same level is acting as a good level of support. Now what we did, we basically made that this would be the if the market collapsed down for Brent or gold, gold has amazing possibility to bounce from the round numbers. See, exactly the point on which it started rising was 2750, close to 2750 level. What we did, we just took our trade. hold our position and made our stop loss below the support level. So we were very confident that one way or another gold has to increase. And now the gold is giving us profit close to, I think, 86%. So that means $500 is invested and we're still holding our position on this. We were able to make close to $431 and the trade is still going on so far. Mr. MD Musufji said, bro, also want to follow your trade. Can you give me some strike points? I didn't get your point. Is it, are we talking about the Forex entry points or is it the fixed time trading entry points, Mr. Maruf? Please clarify your concern in the comment section. These are the basic things which are happening in the financial market. Keep a very closer look on um, the US economy. You can visit this particular site, Yahoo Finance, and all the news articles are been here, which will give you a slight information how the price variation in the gold happened. So US and China conflict is still been the part of it, and as I told you, the US basically has implied that the China has evaded tariff for some particular reasons, and that's the only reason because of which whenever the trade war happens, so let me give you an example. Any war happens in any country, people do get skeptical. They try to withdraw their funds from the stock market and they try to invest in an asset where they will be getting a constant return, which is full proof of inflation, and the rate of return could be a stabilized rate of return. One of the best asset in the recent time acting as a safe haven would be gold. And when a war like situations happens, may it be a trade war or Russia Ukraine conflict war, everything which is under the scrutiny happens, people often tend to invest in the safe haven, which we call it as gold. Right now, the gold has been increasingly high. Again, it is on the one of the biggest buying side. It is highly overbought, but still, gold has good chances to increase once again. Right now, it is not a good entry point to take an entry here. We will be waiting for some sort of correction to happen, and then you can hold your position. Any entry between these two particular points level. One point is like close to 3300 to 2950. This is the level on which you can buy gold with the moderate set of multiplier, hold your position for some time, make money and leave the market. That's how we will be able to make good amount of profit. Not only this, let me know in the comment section what will be happening this week, guys. One of the biggest market returns will be following this week. One of the biggest news event will be happening this week. If you do not know about it, it is named as non-farm payroll. Non-farm payroll has been released once in every month on very first Friday, exactly at 6 o'clock, according to the Indian Standard Time, GMT of plus 530. If you are guys living in the different regions, may it be Canada or US, you can check this one out by visiting this site. We call it as investing.com. I basically use it for a lot of analysis, the fundamental analysis that I do. You can go to investing.com and here you will see a section, we call it as economic calendar. We click on economic calendar and a special tab will look something like this. You have all you have to do is to select the time frame that you are comfortable to do with. So here, this is the exact time frame of US. So if I'll click on here, so you will see Eastern time, which is US and Canada time. For me, I will be selecting GMT of plus 530, Chennai, Kolkata, Mumbai, and New Delhi. Guys, if you are living in different regions, may it be Dhaka, you know, Serbia, St. Petersburg, any particular location, you can click on here. The respective time will look something like this. This would be the exact time. If it matches your local time, that means you are watching the graph for exactly the right moment. Now, this week I was analyzing the hypothesis how the non-farm payroll gonna be reacting. As I told you, non-farm payrolls has been released on every month on very first Friday. So this Friday will be lining up on 6th of June, the first Friday on 6th of June. And this data usually releases around 6 o'clock. So here we can see the non-farm payrolls data. Let's analyze how the market gonna be reacting. Let me select 2 to 3 stars here, select on apply option, and everything will be looking something like this. Mr. Live Streaming just said, wow, amazing. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Mr. Live Streaming just said, now I trade in Olymptrade. Thank you very much. See, the objective, sir, is to help you out to make decisions more effectively. And this is the only way by which we can have this conversation. I love having conversations with you, first of all. Once in every week, I share my trading ideas. And based on that, if you are able to make like 20, 30, 40% profit, why not then? But then, these are my analysis, which I've been doing from last 6 years. For all the new traders, let me tell you about myself. My name is Akash Malhotra. And as I told you, it's close to 6 years that I'm working here as a financial analyst. My objective is to share my trading advices based on which we can basically capitalize on a lot of things. Second thing is, since the value of Bitcoin is close to 103, the maximum lowest point that it can grow would be around 1 lakh dollar per BTC. Now, since the market is diminishing right now, it is decreasing. We can actually open up a trade waiting for it to decrease to 1 lakh 1,000, 1 lakh 2,000. Hold your position, selecting 20 or 30 as a multiplier. Select your stop loss to a value where your stop loss will be little below the support level. And yeah, bingo. This entry will be able to help you to enter in the market on the right time, and you will be easily able to get closely 30-40% based on the stop loss you select. So I usually go ahead with 1:2 ratio. That means I take the stop loss of close to 30-40% or maybe 20%, and I expect the double of the profit, which is 40%. You can also go ahead with 1:2 or 1:3. That means selecting a stop loss of 20%. Here you can let me just show you how you will be able to do that. So in the percentage value, we can select the stop loss of close to 20-25%, and in the take profit we can go ahead with the double of the existing value, which is 50 or 75%. That means we will be risking only 25% capital for the return of 75%. And it is true, you will be able to make a good amount of profit. Even if some of the trades goes for the toss, it's completely fine, because following 1:3 ratio, at least one trade will be able to make close to 1.5% of the existing risk you have taken. At least 1.5. Guys, I hope you are enjoying today's session. And yeah, we were talking about the economic calendar non-farm payroll. So in my opinion, while I was doing the data analysis, and I have created one Excel sheet by myself, unfortunately, I do not have it with me. The Excel sheet that I was working, and I was trying to understand what can be the possible outcomes for this non-farm payroll. This idea, you can get it on this particular week. You will see private non-farm payroll data. Let me just show you. ADP non-farm payroll is what we call them at. Yeah, here. If the ADP non-farm payroll data turns out to be better than the forecast value this time, there is a high chances that the non-farm payroll gonna be a little higher than 1,30,000. If the unemployment rates becomes 4.2, or if it is slightly lesser than that, if both of these two datas are green. Now, if you can see, there is no color option available. But to give you a context about this, you can see that when the data looks greener, when the data is better than the forecast value, let me just give you an example for the last non-farm payroll. You see, when the non-farm payroll data is green and the unemployment rate is green, so that means it is 4.1%. The lesser the unemployment rate, the better it would be for the country's economy. If both of these data turn out to be green, every currency associated with the USD will start rising. There's a high chances for USD prices to rise once again. Okay, so we have created one support level here. Let's just watch it. Dear traders, keep a very closer look on USD JPY right now. It is close to 142. It has two particular level of support. The one for particular level of support is around 142, and another level of support is close to 140. In between these two levels, if the candle lies between two levels, which one? 142, 140. Here you can open up an up trade with the moderate set of multiplier. Let's just suppose 100 or 200, selecting the stop loss and take profit value. Your stop loss, if the US stop loss is lying below this level, so there are higher chances for the USD JPY to rise. Not today, tomorrow, but we will be holding it for few days. And yeah, this trade can work in your favor. So non-farm payroll, if the value of USD, let's just suppose, is on the greener side, so that means the gold value should be declining. And if the USD prices increases, if the US prices decreases suddenly, the value of USD will start, the value of gold will start rising. And if it does, we can take a short sell position close to 3400 level, make profit and leave the market. Scalping is what we can do close to 3400 level. Again, a round number which will be acting as a good level of resistance. There is a possibility for it to act as a good level of resistance. So from these moments, people will try to sell your position. If you want to do that, take a very small stop loss above 100 and 3400. Hold your position in the scalping during this NFP. In this NFP, if the value of gold increases, you can short sell your position for some period of time and leave the market. That's one thing you can do. So this is my analysis for this week. Thank you very much for staying ahead with me. It was lovely having conversation with all of you guys. I wish I could have more time, but you can join our special YouTube webinars. Subscribe to Olymptrade, share with your friends. Let me know in the comment section how do you feel about this session. What is that particular one topic that you want us to talk about? If you have any question, even if this webinar gets completed, I'll be more than happy to answer all of you. Thank you very much for having me. I wish you all the best. Good luck in trading, and I'll be seeing you into the next week. And yeah, this time I'll be sharing my non-farm payroll trade to with you. Thank you very much for having me. Good luck and have a great day ahead. Bye bye.